With me in the studio to talk about the first phase of the YMCA of Eastern Ontario's expansion, I have with me the CEO, Rob Adams. Welcome.
Thanks, Doreen. Thanks for having me.
Oh, hey, it's our pleasure. So there's going to be an expansion?
Yeah, we were recently announced a couple weeks ago when you and I first made contact that after a long time of the community showing some patience, we're adding a large gymnasium to the Brockville YMCA, along with some other improvements too, like the ladies' change room and family change room. We're improving, but the big project is the gymnasium, and as you know, access to spaces like that are at a minimum, and so it was really exciting to announce that. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So does this mean now bigger gym? We can actually close off and have two smaller spaces?
Yeah. So it's an interesting history. So the gymnasium that's currently there is the original gymnasium. And so when the community got together and built the pool and what the Y looks like today, there was a plan to add a full-size gymnasium. But, there was budget constraints and whatnot, so they had to make the decision not to do the gym. So I've been here with the team and the board for coming up on 7 years now, and that was always kind of, I think, on everybody's radar to see if we could do something.
Yes.
That's one project we would do. So over the last few years, recently we opened up the new outdoor courts with basketball and pickleball. That was over $1 million, and then we did the men's change room during COVID through the Trillium Foundation, and recently the summer after that we invested in a bunch of new equipment. So we've been chipping away at this project a little while, just kind of quietly, with some support, and we raised enough money to announce the first phase, and it needs some roof repairs, there needs some parking lot repairs, but sometimes that's not really exciting stuff. So we wanted to start the refreshing of the Y with the biggest project, which was the gymnasium. So it's going to be a full-size gymnasium. It's going to be able to have a college-sized, high school-sized basketball court. So you're going to be able to have college basketball lines and high school lines. We're adding the ever popular more pickleball courts to that. And the uniqueness that you just talked about is that we're going to have a mechanical divider wall. So you're going to be able to divide it up in half. So there's always going to be an opportunity to have multiple things happening all at once. So it's not just going to be one big space. We're going to be able to divide it in half so you can do different programs at the same time.
Which is good.
It's fantastic.
It is.
It should mean that there's always going to be a space to play while there's a program going on. There'll be probably an adjustment phase for users to get accustomed to the fact that there could be multiple programmings happening at once because it's a shared experience. And so I anticipate a few adjustment periods with one program happening on one side and maybe something happening on the other.
Oh, yes.
But I mean, it just adds to the capability of serving the community because, I'm sure you read what I read, and there's access to spaces like that are at a minimum in this region, and so we're just happy to be able to do that. And I think it's going to open up a lot of opportunities to partner with like organizations like the Brockville Blazers or Girls Inc. or whatever agency is out there looking for space. Indoor soccer, as an example, we don't necessarily have to run the programs ourselves. We'd be open to talking with those agencies to just partner on space and stuff like that. Yeah.
And so why not? Why not? It's there.
Yeah. We're better together.
Yes.
So
is it possible to hold like a tournament in the future?
Yeah, like we're going to be putting in some portable bleachers, benches, sort of thing. We're not going to permanently fix any bleachers in there.
No.
That's not really what the Y is, but we're going to be putting in a score clock and those sorts of things. So we're going to have that capacity. So we could hold, maybe an exhibition game. I don't know if it'll be like suitable for regular season league play and stuff like that, but we could run tournaments, pickleball tournaments or basketball tournaments. Who knows? The Blazers and the Y might partner on a 3-on-3 tournament one day. Who knows?
Well, that's it.
Yeah,
but that ability is there.
The ability is going to be there.
Yes.
It won't replace, like a St. Lawrence College, Queen's University Gymnasium. But I think for the quality of it, I think people are going to be pretty impressed when it's all said and done. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And happy. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice to hear. What'd you do in the main hallways? Was there something that was done in the main hallways? And I wasn't sure exactly what that meant.
Oh, so the floor. So yeah. So we sent out a communication of some different projects that we're going to be doing. So one is doing some roof repair.
Yes.
The other one is the parking lot. It's dated. We need to fill some potholes and things like
potholes,
that.
Yes.
The change rooms that I mentioned, and then the hallway, the flooring needs to be replaced. So we're looking at improving that.
It's dated.
It's dated.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So some of these items have already started. Like you've been working away at it.
We're working away at it. So I can't say enough about the community that's kind of supported this. We purposely did a campaign quietly. We didn't do a public appeal or anything like that. There's a lot of great initiatives happening in this community, from the hospital to the long-term care facilities, whatever that is. We didn't want to compete or draw attention away from that. So we decided to do a quiet campaign. We showed some individuals and some foundations about the list of projects that needed to get done. And so with that, we raised enough money to announce the first phase, which is the gymnasium. And there'll be a point in time when we'll probably be a little bit more public with those who maybe have contributed or the dollar amount. But when you add roofs and change rooms and gymnasium, it's a significant investment in the Y.
It is.
And like I said, the pickleball courts that we opened up and renamed, that was just over $1 million. So you can anticipate this is well over. It's a 7-figure investment, and the community can feel good that the Y is not going into debt for that, and we're not financing it as a charity. And so that also speaks to this region's generosity.
Exactly.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, they are. They're so generous. They really, really are. Okay, so there's also a campaign that's coming up.
Yeah. So along with the capital campaign that we announced this project, we still have to serve the community. And so we still made the decision to continue with our annual campaign and our annual appeal. Yes. And so last year it was Ignite a Spark. This year it's Inspire the Future. And
I like that. Inspire the future.
So we launched that last week, and our first phase of that is sending a kid to camp. And so summer's around the corner, camp registration is happening. And so our first appeal is to send kids to camp. 33% of all our campers receive some level of financial support. We have a few events throughout the year. The first one is McHappy Day in Gananoque and in Kingston, where those proceeds will go towards sending kids to camp. And then the Gord Brown Memorial Golf Tournament that we do with the United Way of Leeds in Grenville. That's on August 14th, I believe. And then the Paul Fournier Memorial Fire Truck Pull is in October. And we have a couple of things that we're looking to announce. We don't have dates yet, but last year we started our first pickleball tournament outdoors. That was successful, so we're going to be announcing that soon. Good. So a few things along the way.
Well, I guess you do. Now, when does that wrap up?
At end of the year. So we usually announce around this time, and takes us to December 31st. And our financial goal is $435,000. We raised $460,000 last year. So we met our target, but again, it speaks to the community appreciating what the Y does and what the Y provides. And so we decided that we still have to serve the community. Yes. So while we did this campaign for some capital improvements, we still needed to make sure we created spaces that everybody could access and programs and services.
The programs have to keep running.
Yeah, that's right.
You need funds to do that with.
That's right.
Tell us about what is going on with the rowing club. Is there some sort of partnership?
So thanks for asking me that. So fresh off the press, actually. So part of our camp program and looking at leveraging our partnerships that I spoke about earlier, our strategic plan talks about forging purposeful partnerships. And so with that, we forged a partnership with the Brockville Rowing Club. And Will Mulcahy, who's the director of operations there, Michael Shaughnessy, who's the board chair, we started talking about how we could do things together. And, you know, COVID, well, I won't talk about COVID. It's just a lot of organizations are rebuilding themselves in terms of participation. Yes. Right. And so we thought, how could we work together? And so we decided to partner. And the Brockville Rowing Club has a rich history of offering rowing camps. The Y does camps. So what can we do together? And so we've combined efforts to do a rowing camp together. And so what is different this year is the rowing camp, which used to be a half day, is now going to be full day. Okay. And so I think that's helpful for families and will help numbers in terms of kids will sign up for camp. They'll go to a single point of contact, which will be us. We handle the registration, the back of house stuff. And we'll meet down at the rowing club in the morning for rowing by Will and his team and his group of coaches. And then we'll have our own Y staff there as camp counselors along the way. And then once their rowing is done, they come back to the Y for the afternoon and they do a traditional day camp experience on top of that. So we're utilizing both sets of experts. I
think that's a great idea.
And we're really excited about that. I think we have 4 weeks scheduled this year as a trial. And I think the best part, again, is that through our annual campaign or camp subsidy program, there may be individuals that access the Y who aren't as familiar with the rowing club, and they may see that as a way to get introduced to the sport. Sure. And if fees are a barrier, then we have subsidy available to that, but also the rowing club does too. So we're just combining our efforts. So we're really excited about that. Yeah.
Why not? I think it's super. Yeah. Okay, so for people that would like to donate to the annual campaign, what are the ways that they can do it? Yeah,
so you could go on our social media pages and there's links that go right to our website. It's eo.ymca.ca. And as soon as you go to the homepage, there's a donate button. Yes. And you click on that button and it'll show you all of our events that are coming up. And it also shows you your donate today. Yes. And it'll take you to that field and you get to choose what you want it to go towards. You can have it go towards camp specifically. It can go towards capital. It can go towards an emerging need. Or you can just say, we love what you guys do, and
here you are.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. Now, if someone wants to call in with a credit card, telephone number is?
You can call our main reception area, and Emily Patterson and her team will be happy to do that. And I think...
Okay, 613-342-7961. You got it.
Yeah. I'm just used to my cell phones now.
Well, I know. That's automatic. Perfect. Thank you for sitting down with me.
Having me.
And this is all super good stuff that's happening.
Yeah, we're really excited. Yeah.